Oracle is laying off 30,000 people. So 6 a.m. email went out to 30,000 people from their workforce. I was really hoping for an April Fool's joke. Profits have been good. Like all that, those metrics are great, but they've laid off 30,000 people. Not a call, like it was great working with you. Email at 6 a.m., locked them out of the system, all that stuff. But everyone got it, including the people that have been there for 34 years, 32 years. I saw this LinkedIn post. He took a screenshot of someone that on LinkedIn posted, I'm open to work. They were affected by the layoffs. They started there in 1992. They've been there for 34 years. Where's the loyalty? Why even be loyal to a company anymore? It's so crazy.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector. You know them, the ones with the cute little ghosties in the feed, aka your favorite marketing team's favorite ad targeting tool. See why at vector.co.
Hello, and welcome to Notorious B2B episode 55. Today we have a special one because I am alone. No Taz today. Now before you leave, I get it. I know a bunch of you are going to drop off, but what you can't see is I am wearing a tie. I'm wearing a shirt and tie because I'm taking this seriously. This is actually probably going to be the best episode because we're going to be short, sweet, funny. It's going to be everything. So on that point, we have a great docket. So let's get into it.
Urgent all hands.
First up, not the best news in the world, but if you've been on LinkedIn, Twitter, pretty much anywhere, you know Oracle is laying off 30,000 people. Well, they actually did. So March 31st, 6 a.m. email went out to 30,000 people from their workforce, which is about, so they have like 168,000 people, or they did. So it's a pretty sizable chunk of people. Profits have been good. Like all that, those metrics are great, but they've laid off 30,000 people. And, you know, we've been through this story. What I think is the worst part of it, which really just grinds my gears, I guess, is the 6 a.m. email went out to all the 30,000 people. Not a call, it was great working with you. Email at 6 a.m., locked them out of the system, all that stuff. But everyone got it, including the people that have been there for 34 years, 32 years. So I saw this LinkedIn post from Linus Blilionis, whatever. But he took a screenshot of someone that on LinkedIn posted, I'm open to work. They were affected by the layoffs. This person was a security alert manager at Oracle. They've been there for 34 years. Like you can look at their LinkedIn profile. I mean, they started there in 1992. They've been there for 34 years and they got the same 6 a.m. You're done email like everyone else. Not a call, not a, hey, it's been great working with you for 34 years. Hey, I know you made so much less money than if you went to another company. Hey, thanks for all the loyalty. No 2 weeks. Thanks for not taking all the PTO, whatever that was. They got the same exact email. But where's the loyalty? Why even be loyal to a company anymore? It's so crazy. But yeah, sad story that we're continuing to see these layoffs. It's brutal out there. What's funny about it is because I did it on March 31st, I was really hoping for an April Fool's joke from them. Like, oh, just kidding. You're not fired. But they didn't. So that was kind of sad. Moving on. So if you didn't see, again, I thought this was April Fool's joke too. Claude, their code got leaked somehow, whether it was an intern or, internally, or just like a PR stunt. But it looked like all their code got leaked to the internet. People are posting it on LinkedIn, all that stuff. 512,000 lines of it were leaked. And, whatever. But it looks like there's 2,000 lines of either hidden, disabled, or even possibly future features that are just currently inactive that people have been scouring through and kind of coming up with, okay, could be actually the future of code. And code's been shipping. So some of this stuff could be pretty interesting. There's a number of things, some less important than others, but some of the kind of notable ones were something called described as Buddy. So it's kind of like a Clippy, which would show you it would kind of like talk to you essentially. It'd be like a comment bubble of, a teaser window essentially of what to expect. And actually someone was saying, it looks like in some of these articles saying that actually could be launched between April 1st and April 7th before a launch in fully in May. So that'd be kind of interesting. Some other things that are on there, voice mode that lets users chat directly to Claude Code. That could be interesting. A bridge mode that expands on the existing Anthropic dispatch tool to allow for more remote Claude Code sessions that are fully controllable from an outside browser or mobile device. That's honestly, I like that a lot. Well, yeah, we'll see. An ultra plan featuring allowing Opus level Claude models to draft an advanced plan you can edit and improve, which can run for 10 to 30 minutes at a time. little bit over my head there. And then, a number of other things. But I don't know if it was a PR stunt or not. I feel like it is, just from what all these people have been doing. And, I could see them being pretty open about it. I feel like Claude's just on a tear, or Anthropic. So I feel like they just let it go, which, good for them. Speaking of Anthropic, lastly on Urgent All Hands, they are considering going public in October 2026, valued at $60 billion. That is crazy. It actually says this is going to be one of the largest technology IPOs on record. It's not completely final. There's no final decision made yet, but just from these AI companies are moving so fast. It's so crazy. But we could potentially have a IPO from Anthropic in October of this year. Wow, these things are moving fast. Moving on. Big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy.
So, number of things here. ChatGPT ads have been live for a couple months now, I think since January. And how do you think they're going? Well, it looks like they've already made $100 million. Yep. So, ChatGPT, or OpenAI, they launched their ad pilot. Oh, actually 2 months ago. Yeah, so 2 months ago, end of January, they announced it. And so in 2 months, they've already surpassed 100 million in annual recurring revenue for their pilot. So whether you like the ads or not, I personally have not seen them in the wild. I've talked to a bunch of advertisers that are trying to get access to them. It's harder than you'd think, unfortunately. Obviously they're probably for the bigger spend B2C players. The thing is, like we saw in the Super Bowl ads, or Anthropic kind of pushed it against them. All right, no ads, ads suck. I am worried that when Anthropic and others see that OpenAI just made $100 million on them in 2 months, that they might push that way too. I don't know, but 2 months in, $100 million after their whole debacle of, Sora, that's pretty big numbers there. And there might be a reason they continue to do that. That's crazy. I'm not saying I personally like them. I pay for the OpenAI or the ChatGPT or at least I did, subscription. So I probably wouldn't see them anyway. But as an advertiser, I do want to get a hold of them. I am so very curious about them. It's going to be interesting. User hate it. I'll pay to not see them. As a advertiser, I'm really excited. But 100 million in 2 months. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Speaking of AI, I saw something on LinkedIn recently from Adam Robinson, actually, big influencer. I actually like the guy. Some people hate him. He owns a couple of companies, but one's our B2B, which is probably the more well-known for the B2B space. But he posted something recently about a AI sales rep, a demo he took where it was completely AI. So the demo he took was talking to someone completely from AI. His post reads this: last week, I took a demo with an AI sales rep. It joined a live call, shared its screen, and walked me through real functioning software in real time. If you're selling commoditized SaaS, this is the future of B2B sales. No scheduling link and no discovery call to qualify me first. Just instant access to the full product. The company that he got it from or went through was Supersonic with a K at the end, who just raised $5 million from A16Z. And he was super impressed. Now, to be fair, his post is all about, and he does this a lot, where talks about the product or the person and like what they've done and some sort of story. And then it's basically saying, all right, come to our show. I'm having the CEO on it. That's basically what the post is about. But when I first read the first lines, it was like, okay, this is a fully AI demo. And he says he loves it. Company's called Supersonic. We'll go to it right now. Supersonic is the AI live demo company. So their demo is going to be about how to use these live demos for your company. So if you're just listening, I'm on the Supersonic website. So supersonic.ai, Sonic with a K. It's a big website. Or the first thing you see is this circle, kind of looks like a strobe light. And then it says join demo now. Now, one thing to know here is Supersonic is the company selling these AI-led demos, essentially. It's AI, whatever it is. So it says big thing called Joy Demo Now. Headlines: give leads personalized expert demos instantly. Our agent shows your product to every customer at every stage of the journey, 24/7 on demand. Trusted by Salesforce, Holded, never heard of that company, but HubSpot, Sage, HiBob, and Logify. So I've heard of 4 of those companies, 4 of the 6. Those are big. Those are big logos. Basically goes on, all right, you can use this for pre-sales, onboarding, customer support, deploy where your customers are. So you can do it on the website, obviously. Looks like they got a chatbot kind of functionality possibly too. So it's the first kind of thing I'm seeing where you can actually take a live demo. And spoiler, I went through this process. It's kind of interesting, to be honest. But you can basically join it instantly. So if I click join demo now, ask for my email. So we'll just walk through this here. Ask for my email. So it's going to ask for my email. It's going to ask for my agent use case. So obviously for whatever company you're doing, I'm just going to do pre-sales agent, and then it's asked for language, which makes sense. Now it's building my personalized demo. So we're not going to go through the whole thing, but I wanted to kind of get it going, and because I'll share my kind of experience with it so far, which I thought was kind of interesting. To be honest, it takes a little bit, but maybe now it's on. So it's basically it's a screen being shared already. It says, welcome to Supersonic Experience. It's basically going to take me through a slide deck. And there's someone talking in the background. And basically you can talk to this thing and it will answer questions and all that stuff. I went through this. I'm not going to take you through the whole thing. There's a couple things I thought were interesting and a couple things that I freaking hate. So one thing I thought was interesting was that you can just talk to someone and get a demo of the product immediately. Like that was less than a minute to get it going. Awesome. It also was personalized. So as it was going through, so I did it for my company. It obviously looks at your email and it was actually bringing up things about my company in that demo that I did not tell it. It brought up what I do. So it clearly had access to my website. It brought up LinkedIn ads for B2B SaaS. It did all these things. Like it was bringing it up in the call. So I thought that was interesting. What I hated about it was I would like to talk to someone. Maybe I'm a Luddite, whatever it is. But it was not ideal for that. So like, even though you're trying to talk to it, it does have that, hey, can you tell me about this part? And it'll silence and then it'll talk. I hate that, to be honest. It's also very kind of scripted in the sense that, it's like, all right, do you want to do 1, 2, or 3? It kind of guides you through. To be honest, I would rather just go through the interactive demo where I can click myself. Obviously, it's early. I know everyone's going to have different thoughts on this. Personally, I'd rather just talk to someone. If I was at that stage, I wouldn't say it's the best experience in the world. I wouldn't say it was terrible either. So I don't know if this is the beginning or the end of people. I hate it, to be honest, but some people are going to love it. I'm sure it's more cost effective too.
Hey there, Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, I don't know, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people. Unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit, only letting you pick like some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay, rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
Moving on to circle back.
Circle back.
We actually got a little bit of a circle back here from last week's episode, which was live in Austin. Well, live in the sense of like it was in a studio, Taz and I, and we had a couple guests. Watch it if you haven't. It was a good episode. But we have one of the topics we talked about was Delve. So Delve was a compliance software, AI compliance software, and they were basically just using templates for everything. So giving out SOC 2 certificates, but it was just a template. Like there's no SOC 2 actual giving. Like it was just supposed to be a fraud, or it still is basically a fraud right now. But the CEO of Delve finally posted about it on LinkedIn. So now we have some more context here on what they're trying to say, actually. So the Delve CEO, Corinne Kashik, the Delve CEO, Corinne Kashik, posted about this about 5 days ago as of today. And he says, over the past week, you've seen an anonymous post about Delve. While we responded to it in a day, we want to provide more details about what's true, what's not, and some changes we've made. There's one question behind everything. Did Delve fabricate compliance evidence or issue fraudulent audit reports? He says, no, we did not. Side note, based on the no, we did not, so no, period, we did not, period. In some of the other sentences, it does look like it's AI, but we'll keep going here. Delve is an AI compliance platform that connects customers with independent auditors. We are not an auditor, just as text preparation software is not an accountant. We've never signed an audit report. Using default templates for our customers, just like any other platform, is not faking evidence. These are meant to serve as a starting point for customers. Delve does not have automation in the platform. With 600 plus automation integration tests, and AI Copilot to guide customers through compliance, AI code scanning, and more. We built Delve to accelerate innovation by bringing AI to compliance. In doing that, we pushed hard on automation. However, we now realize we didn't provide enough clarity about what is automated, what is customer provided, and what is independently audited. We have been working relentlessly to make improvements over the last week. On our editor's network, Delve connects blah, blah, blah. He's just going on about his product now. He's basically saying we didn't do it. The comments did not let him get away with anything. So that's the great part here. So one that got 61 engagements here from Lice R. She says, it's odd to me that you aren't committing to not creating draft reports on behalf of auditors in the future. Just that third-party auditors are responsible for independently reviewing all evidence and issuing final reports. My question isn't if you fabricated evidence, because I've been in this space enough to agree that templates are how many tools work in this space. So the actual question that the majority of people don't know to ask is, did Delve generate draft reports or auditors to sign, and how much of the final report was generated by Delve? Or another way to ask it, did Delve produce draft audit reports that auditors ultimately sign? If yes, you are committed to not doing this in the future, ? And people are saying, you're not going to get a response. And she did not get a response. A lot of back and forth here. But if the CEO is going to post, they got to respond to these things. Like, why even post about it on here? We got some other responses from the CEO of Delve, kind of backing it up. We got the old Clark Barron with a little comment here. Using default templates for our customers, just like any other compliance platform, is not faking evidence, in quotations. Correct. Templates aren't fraud. No one said that. He goes on, but it's worth clocking that templates presented as evidence of compliance without customer customization, without the auditor independently verifying the customer actually implemented those controls. That's your CISO was scheduled to speak at RSA about AI supply chain trust, while your Supabase bucket was wide open of this whole thing. A couple other ones. So your auditors didn't sign off on it. Everything automatically, ? So he didn't get away from it. And he did not respond to any of these either. Brutal. So it sounds like he's trying to get away with it. I get it. Maybe he's not the actual reason, or their company is not the actual reason for the fraudulentness. But, you got to respond to the comments too. It just seems, unfortunately, their company's probably done after that. Next, let's go to Let's Noodle.
Let's noodle.
We got an interesting topic here, because it's my favorite topic, comment gates. I didn't even put this one out here. I don't think someone else did. Taz. So this was an interesting, different side of the take here. And this is from someone I actually am a big fan of. Someone that was, I think, at SEMrush or one of those companies in the brand team. So this is from Olga Andrico. She's actually, right now, she's a CMO at Foxtree. So she's the ex-VP of brands at SEMrush. So she says, those comment X and I'll send you Y posts? They can be useful. I found 2 posts about Claude Code with 7,000 plus and 2,500 plus comments. It's a big pool of people who have already shown clear curiosity about the topic I know I care about. So I scraped the commenters with Appify. We'll filter my target audience with Claude Code, and later we'll be building an outreach sequence around something relevant and free. Most likely a webinar on Claude Code. That feels much better than publishing a low-quality bait post myself. That intent is already there. My job now is to use it well. If someone commented a post, it means they engage with the topic. So the offer has to match the level of intent. Free resource, useful invite, relevant follow-up. If you work with outbound, this is a pretty interesting source of warm audience. 192 engagements, 81 comments. Sarah Stella Latanzio, a very notable person on LinkedIn, says, never thought I'd say this, that I'd rather get a well-crafted cold email than see any of this nonsense on my feed. Can't wait till LinkedIn finally bans them. Agreed. Brennan Hufford, this is actually a comment I was excited for. I wanted to see what he was going to say. I don't think it's he goes, I don't think it's binary. It's not either. Engagement ransom is not either 1, engagement ransom, or 2, scrape the extremely low quality junior audience that begs for that stuff publicly and hope they respond outbound. I could be wrong though. They kind of go back and forth. To be honest, she's making some good cases here. This LinkedIn post does make me think more about it, but I hate it. I honestly still hate it. I think the definition of what intent and leads and all these things are to everyone else is so much different than it's so different complete to every company. I'm not sure if this would be considered intent. I'm not sure if it's not. I could be wrong, and I really hope someone could prove me wrong. I think it's better than the comment gating, maybe. I don't even know if that's true, but matching it to, if someone posts about Claude Code, the problem with that is a lot of these posts are absolute bull crap. Absolute bullshit. Claude Code killed outreach. Yes, maybe they do want an outreach thing, but I am convinced that half of these comments are just bots now. And I know she's qualifying them and she's doing some automation. Side note on that, Appify, I don't know who that company is. If it's automating anything, that's probably gonna get shut down fast. So don't do that. Not good. I would not do that. But it's just so interesting, the difference, because you and me, we all get these emails all the time. I saw you like this post. I saw you comment on this. I saw you like yada yada about blah 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 that I don't even remember liking about. That does not mean intent at all. But I guess if you do it at number, like so if 7,000 comments, if half of them are right ICP, if you do it enough, it's just going to work, right? I just don't know what the outreach looks like. If it starts with, I saw you commented on this, stop. If it's completely different, it's a good outreach, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anymore. These things are just getting out of hand. I just think that it's just getting out of hand. Maybe this is the right way to do it. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm going to turn into a comment gator. Maybe I will. I'm thinking about it, actually. It's just, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm baffled. Speaking of some closed loss stuff, we got our closed one segment.
Closed one.
We got some good ones here. Starting off with probably the most funny. This might be a closed loss, technically, but I think it's hilarious. This is from Emily Patterson, who has a screenshot of an email. And the post goes this. Dear job candidates, this is not the way. Here's an actual email that I received today from someone hoping to work for my company. He sent it to both my business and personal emails. I don't even know how he found my personal email, in parentheses. I don't know whether I should laugh or be worried about stalking. So this image screenshot here, it is a email. It starts with a picture. Well, for one, the subject line is, "Hey, Emily, Donald Trump knows who you are!" Exclamation point. 3 exclamation points. The email starts off with an image, and it's Donald Trump holding up a folder, and this person cropped or AI'd or added Emily's profile picture, same exact profile picture from her LinkedIn, in this folder. So basically, Donald Trump is showing a face of her in this, maybe it's the Epstein files, I don't even know. And the email goes this. Emily, so I was watching the news the other day, and I almost dropped my phone because Donald Trump was holding up a photo of someone and pointing at it like he just found the greatest person in the world. I zoomed in, and well, it was you, Emily. I mean, when the former president of the United States, is like old? Interesting. The former president of the United States is personally endorsing your face on national television. You know you've made it. Not gonna lie, I actually went and checked out Quatrain Creative after that, and the way you position your clients, I totally get why Trump was so excited. I get what he's doing here. I helped you. Here's why I'm reaching out. I help agencies crank out high converting copy so they take on more clients without burning out their team. Some copies I wrote, give some examples. These examples look good to you. I'd love an opportunity to write for Quatrain Creative. So what do you think? So outreach email. Honestly, not the best picture, but I think it's hilarious. I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. I mean, that's a way to stick out. No, it wasn't late either. It was Thursday. It was March 26, 2026 at 2:09 a.m. I like the personalization, but you gotta know who your audience is, I guess. That was funny to me. Moving on. Sharmani Wallace. She just, this is the classic one. Takes a screenshot of someone at somewhere, viewed your profile, see all views. It's the LinkedIn kind of screenshot, and it shows like the gray avatar. And she basically says, "This is so useful. Thank you, LinkedIn." This post blew up though. I think I've seen this before, but like this post blew up because, it is funny. 11,870 likes, 349 comments, 145 reposts, a couple comments, but they give you the name, surname, and address of someone playing Zip. That's funny. Joke's on you. I had a meeting with a VP at Somewhere Inc. That's good. Nice one, Zachary. Yeah, that's classic. LinkedIn is a funny platform. Last up, Cassidy Dunn, SHRMCP. I'm not sure what that means, but it's all right. America's Next Top Recruiter. Screenshot from someone else, Kayleen McClannon, switching to, "I hope this email finds you in a well," to see if anyone notices. She says, "Other, even better, suggestions being accepted below." So we got some comments. Matt, 52 likes. I hope I find me in your will, in which case wellness is optional. I hope this email finds you before I do. I hope this email doesn't find you at all. I hope you escaped and that you're free. I email this hope into a wall. See how it was confusing there? That was funny. Yeah, there's some good ones here. A lot of comments too. That was funny. But yeah, that was funny. So that's it. Thank you for listening along. Again, I've done this once actually. If you're still listening, Taz and I would really appreciate it if you can just share the podcast if you like it. Hate it? Don't share it. Obviously, don't listen. Obviously, or no, keep doing it. But if you hate it, just keep hating it. That's fine. Write a review, like, subscribe. Let us know how it goes. Like if there's sections you love or hate, just let us know. We're so open to feedback. I can't even explain how much we're open to feedback. I'm wearing a tie, so I'm giving the ask here. This is my sales mode, and I'm terrible at sales. So yeah, like, subscribe, review. 4-star, 5-star, whatever you fancy. Thanks for listening.
Hey, big shout out to Vector for sponsoring and for giving marketers one less thing to swear about, because nothing spikes your blood pressure like targeting that doesn't target. Am I right? Build audiences by name at vector.co. Your swear jar will thank you. I promise. Go check them out. Vector.co.